Hey everyone. Hey Aquarius. Happy New Year. Welcome to January of 2021. Your season is in the month of January. It begins this month. I don't know what type of energies you guys might be feeling right now. Hopefully things are better for you this year if they weren't so good for you last year. So yeah, let's go ahead and see what the universe has in store for you for this month, okay? So we're going to go ahead and pull some cards from 3 oracle decks, and then we're going to pull some cards from your tarot for Aquarius, for my beautiful Aquarius. Universe, Source, Spirit for January 2021. For Aquarius, what would you like to speak to Aquarius about in the month of January 2021? Alright, let's see. Aquarius, Spirit, January 2021. January 2021. You guys have the moth. We're going to read that in a moment. Let's see what this Moonology deck has to speak to you guys about. Beautiful Aquarius. And the Aquarians around the world for the month of January 2021. Cards have been wanting to jump at me ever since I started recording. Aquarius. Okay, let me just double check something. I'm going to use my pendulum really quick. This one's for Aquarius. Okay. Says it's time to take action. New moon in Aries. So there's a resting period that has now come to a close. Wow, the bottom of the deck it says a new start is coming. New moon. Alrighty then. So there's something that is beginning for you, Aquarius. Your season, the age of Aquarius. I feel that that's going to be pretty huge for you guys. Your season is going to be pretty huge. Beginning this month. And if you're not ready for it, try to figure out a way to get ready. Okay, it's very, very important. So there's a chapter that's beginning for you, and I feel like there's a lesson. There's some lessons in that chapter. So be sure that you are. There are those of you who can feel this change. For those of you who are empaths or witches, or who practice witchcraft, or who can just feel when a shift is on its way. I mean, yes, there's a new year, so that's a new chapter in itself, but there's something that's very important for you that's coming up. I feel like it's going to grow you. It's going to transform you. Okay. Let's see here for my beautiful Aquarius for the month of January 2021. Got the penguin, and it says authentic. Reach out to your tribe in times of need. Family gives you strength when you face the storm. Love your uniqueness. You are full of surprises. Break free from others' expectations. Just be yourself. I feel some of you guys, Aquarius, may have a tendency to not really connect with those around you, those who care about you. But when you do, there is a part of yourself that you don't necessarily want to divulge, or that you want to reveal in some way, shape, or form. You may, like, for instance, it can be where you don't necessarily want to show anger, or you don't want to show sadness, you don't want to allow people to see you struggle, but you're human, right? It's okay to let people see you struggle at times. So there could be those of you who have stepped into a chapter where you're struggling a little bit in your own way, and you need to share your struggles with people who are close to you, at least people that you can trust, right? So now we have the moth here, and I want to read this to you guys. So let's go ahead and see what the moth has to say. Okay. All right, so we have the moth. It says, impulsive, hasty, wishful. The moth is sure the grass is greener on the other side. Moth energy is at play when we are attracted to easy solutions or anything shiny and new. This can lead to unfinished projects, disappointment, or burnout. It's helpful to remind moth personalities that life is complex. No matter the illusion, no one is exempt from the trials and tribulations of this great journey. Practice seeing life as an infinite mystery rather than wishing it was easier or different. When you're in balance with this card, you're enthusiastic and whimsical. When you're out of balance, you idealize others and you're jittery. To bring into balance, finish your project. So, Aquarius, if there's some unfinished business that you have with someone or something, and you're afraid to face that business, that's not really going to work for you in the future. It's going to always come up. It's going to always come up. So it's time to get things done. If there is some unfinished business or an unfinished project that needs to be finalized, this is not the time to be lax in that action. Okay? It's very, very important that you see what needs to be done, be honest with yourself, and recognize that whatever is not done needs to be fixed. It needs to be finalized, okay? And get it done. Sorry, guys. There was a little bit of a disturbance. Sorry. So, sorry, I live with my boyfriend, and sometimes it can just be, he can be a little bit loud. I'm sorry. So, like I was saying earlier, there is something that needs to get done, and it's going to constantly present itself to you until you address it fully, right? And you address it, you deal with it, you fix it, and then you can leave it behind. You can't just leave it behind without dealing with it, right? If you've done the best that you could, or the best that you can, and to be your true self in that predicament, you can't hide how you truly feel either. So that's also something that I'm getting. If there's something that you were just hoping just blows over or just goes away, it won't. It will catch up with you every single time it needs to. Okay? So, let's go ahead and look at your tarot. All right. All right, so let's see here. Sorry, I'm using my pendulum for your reading. For Aquarius. For Aquarius for January 2021. January 2021 for my beautiful Aquariuses. This Aquarius needs to know in January 2021. Let's see. For Aquarius, January 2021, Universal Spirit. January 2021 for Aquarius. We have the World Tree at the bottom of the deck. So this is definitely about karma. Something is coming back around to you. And we have the Wheel of Fortune right underneath that. So again, the good and the bad, right? Wheel of Fortune represents good luck. Reverse, it represents bad luck. You know, but it's change nonetheless. If you're only expecting good change, Aquarius, open your eyes. Open your eyes. Because with good change comes uncomfortable change. There's there is some type of change or karmic situation that is attached to tradition, it's attached to culture or your family. I'm getting that strongly. It's about family tradition or the status quo. It's about what society says is good or bad. For some of you, you may have a parent who uses you or used you when you were younger to get certain benefits, or they used you against someone else. I don't know what that means. Some of you guys may have parents or grandparents who would prefer to blame the younger generation on why life is difficult for them instead of recognizing that they make their own lives difficult. Yeah, this is very interesting energy that I'm picking up here. All right, so we have the Nine of Bows, which says respect. It's the Nine of Wands in traditional tarot. Nine of Stones, tradition, which is the Nine of Pentacles in the traditional tarot. And we have the Six of Stones, says exploitation. There's some dishonesty here, Aquarius. Either with you or with someone else. I get the sense that some of you guys come from very strict backgrounds, or very religious or traditional backgrounds, or your culture requires a certain pattern of behavior from you and your family, or just your peers, if your peers are of the same culture. see what the Nine of Wands is speaking to you guys about for Aquarius. For Aquarius, the Nine of Bows. I'm sorry, you guys. I live in an apartment and I live on a very busy street, so there's a lot of noises going on, so I'm really sorry if it's a little bit distracting. All right, for the Nine of Bows, bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Stones. So you get the sense that there are those of you who are dealing with a Capricorn in your life, or there is a mother figure or a grandmother, someone who you respect, someone who demands respect, someone who is the head of the house, or they make the rules, or, you know, they call the shots, right? This can also be you, Aquarius, where this is your energy. You want things to be a certain way in your home. You're very particular, right? Yeah, this person calls the shots. You have the shaman here, which represents the magician. This person makes things happen. Now, this can also be you, where you're wanting to demand more respect of others. Some of you guys come from a background where you feel you've had to be someone else in order to gain respect from others. And you don't have to be someone else. Be yourself. Yeah, we have the Wheel of Fortune again. So there's some change or some good luck on your side. So there's nothing for you to worry about or to fear about this change. But for those of you, if you feel like only being nice and getting along with everyone is what's going to help people like you, that's not the case. Three of Arrows, jealousy. Guys, doesn't matter how nice of a person you are, there will always be people who resent you for whatever reason, because they have their own path, their own problems, right? If you find yourself being jealous or having jealous tendencies or feeling that you wish that you had A, B, C, and D, or you know, like the moth card here, you wish that the grass was greener on your side than on their side. Instead of paying attention to how that person got to where they are, or just paying attention to what journey you embark on, or what's required for you to get what you desire or what you need. If you're not paying attention to the journey, then you're not paying attention to you're distracted. It's not about what other people have, it's about what you have. And if you don't have what you desire, then you need to focus on your journey and your path to get what you desire. You don't focus on what other people have. Because there can be someone who's wearing the exact same pair of shoes that you're wearing, Aquarius, but they walk in those shoes differently. The process of them buying those shoes was probably different than you. They may take care of those shoes different than you, right? They may have other problems wearing the same. You may have the same pair of shoes, but you may have different feet problems or different discomforts in those shoes. You may wear them differently. You may look differently when you wear the same thing someone else is wearing. So don't worry about what someone else has, because their process of gaining that may be much different than yours. So don't compare yourself. And if there's someone else comparing themselves to you, don't worry about them. You protect yourself from their energy. You don't try to make a point to them. Okay. Let's see what the Nine of Stones is speaking to you guys about here for tradition. We have the Knight of Bows, which is the Knight of Wands, represents Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries energy. I read this as Sagittarius. The Knight of Vessels wanted to fly out. This is Cancer energy, okay? So this is the Knight of Cups. I'm so sorry, you guys. It's just so much noise going on right now. That might, for your video, for some reason, Aquarius, there's just been so many distractions. I have the feeling that it's because you guys are dealing with certain distractions and the universe is trying to get you to pay attention to something. Right? With the Knight of Vessels and the Knight of Bows coming out here for you guys, there are some lessons. Knights are all about learning lessons, embarking on a journey. They're all about the journey, to learn more about their journey, to learn more about themselves, and how to become greater and better and improve themselves. Some of you guys are in your mid-20s or early 30s. Some of you guys are about to enter your Saturn return, okay? There's a lot of lessons there. Got the Page of Arrows here. Somebody might be spying on you. This Knight of Vessels could be someone who wants to offer you something, Aquarius. But this person might be a bit traditional. They may have certain rules that they live by, or maybe you have certain rules that you live by. But there is someone who definitely has their eyes on you. Then we have the Great Bear, which represents judgment. There's something that's coming back around. There is something that needs to get done now. There is something that needs to be addressed now. The Judgment card represents authenticity. It means that there is no BS about this situation. There's no BS in dealing with this situation. You deal with it truthfully, honestly, no BS involved, right? And then we have the King of Arrows. That's you. That's Aquarius. Okay? This is sharp thinking. This is clarity. This is calculation. You have Libra and Aquarius, 2 air signs here. So some of you guys are dealing with someone who might not be very emotionally driven, you know? You may have love for this person or they have love for you, but I get the sense when it comes to your family or when it comes to dealing with financial issues, you have to understand that you have to be truthful and honest. You have to be your authentic self in dealing with this situation. You can't bring your emotions into this. When this needs to get done, it just needs to be done. It doesn't matter how you feel about it, right? Tradition doesn't care about how nice you are. It doesn't care about the culture. It cares about whether you're going to follow the rules of this tradition and keep it and maintain that tradition. But I just get the sense that this tradition is no longer working for you, Aquarius. It's not doing you any good. All right, so we have the Six of Stones here. Six of Stones for Aquarius. Six of Stones for Aquarius. We have the Judgment card, the Great Bear at the bottom of the deck again. So something is being called out here. Something is finally being put on the chopping block here. Someone, again, exploitation. Someone is being exploited or someone is exploiting something or someone else. But someone is going to answer for this. Someone's lies or dishonesty or manipulation is going to be called out, or it needs to be. 10 of Arrows, which is the 10 of Swords. So, guys, some of you guys are dealing with a Sagittarius, some of you guys are dealing with a Virgo, but you have a 10 of Arrows here, which is a 10 of Swords. Something is coming to a close, something is coming to an end. This child is learning to point that arrow at a target and not miss. Doesn't matter how this child feels about what he's pointing his arrow at. So there's something that you need to pinpoint. There's something that you need to target here, Aquarius. We have balance here, so this is Sagittarius. It's time to have a level head about all of this. And then we have the hooded man. So there could be those of you who are dealing with a Sagittarius or a Virgo. But for others of you, you're needing to kind of spend some time alone for a little bit. So that you can, some of this may not hit you until Virgo season, September season, or September, the month of September, or by the end of the year. But for the month of January, if there is whatever it is that you need to target and gain clarity on and deal with, you need to do it now. You need to do it now. It's very important that you understand this. Yeah, you keep getting the Justice card over and over again, you guys. This can't wait. This cannot wait. And even if you do wait and you know, maybe get cold feet and you decide that you're too afraid to actually deal with this situation, just know that the universe is just going to continue to bring it up until you do address it, whatever this might be. And this can definitely represent family. Okay, or something that you have been doing for a very long time, like years. All right. I hope that this made sense, Aquarius. Much love and light to all of you. I wish you guys the very best of luck on this journey. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I hope to see you guys in your next reading. Take care, Aquarius. Bye.